we have Emma James in the studio for Media Watch. So Ireland's referendum is dominating everything on the legalisation of same-sex marriage, making worldwide headlines. And it seems many of the Irish will go to great lengths to cast their vote.
Absolutely. It is quite incredible. When you take a look at the coverage of this story, it really is going worldwide. And a lot of the photographs really tell the story without needing to read the words that go with them. The Independent has a photograph of two men embracing in the polling booths. Here we see smiling Irish nuns heading for the polling station, and it doesn't seem to matter that these two sides have such differing opinions. Any kind of enmity that was there during the campaigning seems to have disappeared today. But what is interesting is that a lot of people are travelling thousands of miles to cast their vote. Now, the story here, they've used the hashtag #HomeToVote, which you will see everywhere on Twitter today.
Couldn't they do a postal vote?
They couldn't. There was no postal vote. And it was one of the things that it was thought could weigh on the Yes campaign, because obviously younger people more likely to back equality, back same-sex marriage. But a lot of the Irish youth left the country in the wake of the financial crash of 2008. They settled elsewhere to find work. And so those figures were actually deemed to be quite concerning for the Yes campaign. But what's happened is that hundreds have travelled to get there, to make their to do their democratic duty, if you like. This photograph is the London to Holyhead train, which I imagine doesn't normally look quite like that. This is Dublin Airport. You can see the queues there. It's really amazing stuff. Elsewhere on Twitter, Una's come back from Canada to vote. Cormac has come back from Nairobi to Cork. That's a big yes to equality in Ireland, he says. However, it's not all about young people voting yes, old people voting no. Some of them are cutting across the generational divides, including this 101-year-old lady called Kitty Cotter, who actually dressed up in rainbow colours to head out and vote. She's become quite a vocal campaigner for equality, and actually posted a video on YouTube earlier this month calling for people to get out and give people equal rights.
Oh, good for her. Well, you've also been looking at the latest on the Cannes Film Festival, and it's a sort of failed attempt to focus on women for the right reasons this year.
Yes, it was supposed to be the year where Cannes was all about women. They opened with a movie directed by a woman, but that was very quickly followed by Heelgate or Flatgate. Shoegate, yes, exactly. It's had many nicknames. And today, Thierry Frémaux has commented on that controversy, saying it was one rogue security guard who was removing women from the red carpet because they were in flat shoes. He doesn't really specify quite what the dress code is, and whether that should ever happen again. But one thing that he does go on to say is he feels that Cannes is unduly criticised for inequality, more so than other film festivals around the world. He mentions Berlin, he mentions Venice, and he also talks about the Oscars. Well, I don't know that it is any worse, to be honest, but certainly he feels that Cannes is no worse than any other movie shenanigans and celebrations and festival. And so he's feeling really quite aggrieved, I think, that his Year of the Women has been taken over. There is a petition going on online. Some 6,000 people have signed it, saying that the organisation or the organisers have to clarify their position on the shoes. And interestingly, they point out that one man actually came a cropper of the dress code. He was thrown off.
High heels.
No, he was thrown off the red carpet for wearing glittery tuxedo loafers, because apparently the men's shoes have to be black and have to have laces. So maybe there is a touch of equality there after all.
Okay. Well, it's not just Cannes in the firing line for sexism and inequality on the big screen this week.
It's a phenomenal story that everyone is talking about at this moment in time. Maggie Gyllenhaal, Oscar-nominated, award-winning actress, was told, she's revealed, that she is too old to play the lover of a 55-year-old man. She's 37. So that's an 18-year age gap, and it's prompted a lot of debate about what is age appropriate in Hollywood. If 37 is too old for a 55-year-old man, there's something very wrong going on in this industry. There's a very cynical, sarcastic and funny article that's gone on the Jezebel website where they refer to the ageing actress and they call her husband her handsome caregiver. And they say it's sad to see anyone go through this, but particularly a woman who in her early life was so talented and so beautiful. She had so much potential. Now, looking elsewhere at a slightly more sensible take on it, if you like, The Guardian looks at Jane Fonda, who does still have a career in the movies, but as she points out here, plastic surgery bought me a decade. It's almost like she had to con her way into staying in Hollywood.
She's very honest about it.
She's very honest, and she does look amazing for 77 years old. She says she's got a fake hip, a fake knee. She's like the bionic woman, but she can still do Pilates, which is more than many people. So there's a lot of debate about what is right in terms of equality in the film industry. Now, one comment from this week, Salma Hayek. Rather unfortunate photograph here, given the context of what she's actually saying. What she said is that if you want equality or even to be better off as a woman in the movie industry, the only way you'll earn more than the male actors is if you're working in the pornographic side of the movie industry. Shocking stuff.
Okay, well, on that note, thank you very much, Emma James, for Media Watch.